All right. Well, good afternoon. I want to thank y'all for coming to the Sweet Potato Field Day. My name is Tommy Batts. I'm a commercial horticulture agent in Wilson County, and this group of individuals, we are all agents who work on our Guava research team with the funding from the Sweet Potato Commission. We have Mr. Colby Griffin on the end here. He is representing Nash County, and he handles sweet potatoes in Nash County. We have Mr. Seth Balance in Johnston County. Miss Lisa Rayburn covers Jones, Lenoir, Craven, and Onslow counties. Mr. Alan Thornton and Miss Erin Ure are both area specialized agents, and they cover the eastern half of North Carolina. So one of the things we've done up to this point is we've created these nice posters that are real thick cardstock for our packers in the industry that helps their workers identify it on the packing line. These are available at contact your extension office. What we've developed here is a fall management practices, what we're looking for with our harvesting. Before we start digging, we need to figure out where we're going to go first. So having those fields sampled to know where that nematode is. And if you do have a positive hit, I would suggest, we recommend having that conversation with your packer so that they can help you manage that and know when to dig and when not, and what time and all that. Moving into harvest as we're digging, we need to make sure we're cleaning our equipment as we're going through. If a 10% solution of bleach or a hot pressure washer for big equipment that gets at least 180 degrees is recommended so that we can get rid of that pest. Making sure our trucks and stuff are nice, swept off and clean, as well as our workers. We recommend that either they wear separate shoes in these infected fields, or you provide them with a 10% solution to dip their shoes in before they leave. Also making sure that we're cleaning our buckets with that same bleach solution, all right, just to make sure that we're not doing that. Gleaners as well, make sure these follow the same procedures. After we're done harvesting, we need to go on and start sampling, okay? Our samples need to have them done because our populations are going to be at the highest at that point. Sampling in the middle of the winter doesn't really do us any good. Nematodes are not there. All right, so by having those identified, and you can figure that out, and if you do come back with a positive hit on those samples, rotation to a non-host crop such as corn, sorghum, cover crop, small grains, or peanuts are our only non-host options at this point. Having a planted non-host crop, summer crop, for 2 to 3 seasons is what we recommend to help control this pest. If you have any further questions, please contact your local extension office. Thank you.
We also have several rotational crop studies going on. These are multi-year studies, so we're just getting ready to harvest the first one. The intention of these studies is to see if there are ways that the growers can manage their crop rotation to reduce nematode pressure before they plant sweet potatoes in the field. So we're looking at a variety of summer cash crops, things like peanuts, soybeans, tobacco, and corn. And we're testing before and after we plant these crops to see what the impact of growing those crops may be on the population of guava root knot nematodes within the field. In the second season, during the winter, we're coming in and we're using 3 different winter cover crop treatments. So wheat, black oats, and a fallow treatment. And again, we're testing before and after those cover crops are planted to see what the impact of that winter treatment is on the population of nematodes that survives through the winter in the field. In the next season, we're coming in and fumigating a portion of the plots and not fumigating a portion of the plots before we plant our sweet potatoes. So by the time we're done, we'll be able to see what was the combination of our summer cash crop, our winter cover crop, and our fumigation treatment, and are we able to manipulate these rotations in such a way that it will reduce the amount of nematode pressure that a grower faces within that field. These studies take multiple years, and we're just harvesting the first study this year, but we hope to have several more of these studies in the ground and harvested next year so we can start building that knowledge base around how our crop rotation impacts our guava root knot nematode management within the field.
All right, I would like to give you some updates in the nematology world. And we'll start with the big news first, which is that Celebro, the nematicide, has received its U.S. registration. This is a good product. We've tested it for several years and it as an in-furrow product, and it has done quite well at controlling the Guava root knot nematode, or Meloidogyne interlobi. It has not yet approved for the European market, so if you would like to use it, ensure that those sweet potatoes are sold in the US only. However, we are very excited now to have this new tool in our toolbox. Another major component of my research program, of course, is testing additional nematicides. And we did a large nematicide trial this past year. Now, we harvested this trial only last week, so we haven't yet completed the yield analysis. However, I can say from the nematode counts, Celebro and Vellum Prime continue to produce the best results in terms of reducing that nematode pressure at the end of the season. Another major update from my lab is a continued project on developing a rapid test for identifying the Guava root knot nematode. As you may know now, the Guava root knot nematode, in order to identify it, we need to do a molecular test. So sending in a sample to the NCDA and having them run the molecular test, or PCR-based test, to distinguish the Guava root knot nematode from the southern root knot nematode. However, this test can be very lengthy, and there is a lead time of several days needed to ship the sample and for the lab to run this very laborious test. My program, we're interested in developing a rapid test, so it's something that you could use at a packing house level to distinguish a Guava root knot nematode positive versus negative sample. You could think of this something like a COVID rapid test, if you may have used one of those at home. Now, we are just at the beginning stages of doing the research necessary to develop this test. We have evaluated several different DNA extraction methods and amplification methods. And this fall and into the winter, we are looking to test additional methods for actually extracting from sweet potato samples and putting it all together to test this new rapid test. So thank you very much and hope to see you soon.